So I just wanted to do a Bible study on three verses in Colossians and talk about talking to yourself and talking to the Lord. Prayer, basically, like what you should pray. I'm going to quote another verse: "Pray without ceasing," Paul says, but um, I didn't plan on quoting that one. But the Bible does say, "Pray without ceasing." Uh, I plan to quote Colossians 2:10. Colossians 3, 23, and Colossians 4, 6. So if you want to look at those, you can. I memorized 3:23 and 4, 6 today. I already had Colossians 2:10 memorized for years. But I thought I would browse through two more verses to go along with what I'm saying today. So I basically wanted to talk just for another minute about um, being humbling yourself and being accepting of settling your heart with words. So again, pray without ceasing. You're talking to yourself and God about like your true feelings and your heart and what you can handle and what you can't handle through the day and where you need help. And like me, I struggle with a lot of chronic back pain, so I'm always having to like pray about like what's good enough as far as like exercising or resting, and that affects the rest of my life. That affects my whole prayer life. Like if you have chronic pain and you don't pray and figure out what's good enough for today about this issue, then your life is hard. And my life was hard for many, many, many years before I got saved. But I didn't mean to just talk about my pain. So, and some people don't struggle with chronic pain yet, and they're not old enough to yet. But I got hit by a truck, so in my 20s. So some people are young and starting to realize, oh shoot, now I have this chronic condition. And wherever you're at, though, you need to learn how to pray and settle yourself on, I'm okay with this. I'll be happy with this. You need to settle your heart on what you do through the day. Otherwise, you're going to feel like nothing's good enough. So, um, and godliness with contentment is great gain. So, I think I've gone over before ways to be content, like be artistic, make clothing, if you're going to be satisfied with food and what you wear, because the Bible says to do that, you may as well make your own clothing and make your own food and have fun doing it if you can. But sometimes you're not in a position to do that. Sometimes you're just hurting. And so it's a good idea to settle your heart. So first of all, I'd like to talk about Colossians 2:10. And it says you're complete in him, which is ahead of all principality and power. So realize no matter what you're able to do through the day, you're complete in him. And you need to feel that completeness. And then Colossians 3:23, and whatsoever you do, do it heartily as unto the Lord and not unto men. So make sure that your prayer life is the dominant thought and not like this outward like appearance to other people. Make sure that your dominant thought is your prayer, and that's what's guiding you through the day. And then Colossians 4, oh, what did I say? 4, 6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how ye ought to answer every man. So figure out in here what's right to say, figure out why, and have a conversation with God, and then talk. Don't put your foot in your mouth and start opening your mouth without figuring it out. Figure out what will make you satisfied through the day, be safe, have your armor on, and make sure you always have a plan in your heart for different things that could be unsettling to you. And that's all I have to say today. Make sure that you have the joy of the Lord because it's your strength, and do those things. Be wise, because Satan comes about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. But guess who is the lion?